DeepSeek artificial intelligence considers the comprehensive analysis of the architectural profession on a global scale to be a multidimensional inquiry involving economic, educational, regulatory, and statistical factors. This report provides a detailed examination of architect salaries, the cost of professional education, licensing frameworks, and post-graduation employment rates across various countries. 1. Architect salaries, a global comparison. Architectural compensation varies significantly worldwide, influenced by economic strength, local demand, and cost of living. The following table summarizes annual salary data for ordinary or typical architects in some of the highest paying countries. It stands from $1,000 to $150,000. Analysis and context. High earners, Switzerland, the USA, and Denmark consistently top the list, with average salaries comfortably exceeding $140,000 USD. In Switzerland. Experienced architects can earn up to 133 annually in a local currency. Experience premium. There is a significant salary progression from entry level to experienced roles. For example, in the United States, an entry level architect might earn around $100,000, while an experienced professional can make up to 187. Cost of living consideration. High salaries are often correlated with the high cost of living. For instance, the estimated monthly living cost for a single person in Switzerland is approximately $2.9 thousand dollars, while in Germany it's around 1.5. Therefore, net disposable income should be evaluated alongside gross salary figures. 2. Cost of architectural education worldwide. The investment required to become an architect differs dramatically, with options ranging from prestigious high-cost programs to affordable high-quality education in state-subsidized systems. 2.1. High-cost education destinations. United States and United Kingdom. These are among the most expensive. Annual tuition for top programs like those at MIT or Harvard can range from 51,000 to 80,000. In the UK, annual fees for master's programs at top schools like the Bartlett can exceed 34,000, approximately 50,000. Private institutions in Europe. Some private universities like Bau International Berlin charge tuition around 8,000 per year. 2.2. Affordable and medium-cost destinations. Many European and Asian countries offer quality education at a fraction of the cost, especially at public universities. Country. Estimated annual tuition range for international students. In Italy, 1,000 to 3,000. In Germany, about 4,000. In Norway, 0 at public universities. Portugal, 1,000 to 3,000. Netherlands, 6,000 to 21,000. Czech Republic, 5,000. Malaysia, from 2,000. India, from 0 to 30,000. Additional costs beyond tuition. Prospective students must budget for living expenses, health insurance, visa fees, and significant costs for materials, modeling supplies, and software, which are substantial for architecture programs. 3. Licensing requirements for architects. The right to use the protected title architect and to offer certain architectural services almost universally requires formal state license or registration. The process typically follows a three-pillars model: accreditation education, supervised practical experience, and a qualifying examination. Key licensing frameworks by country region. United States. Licensure is granted by individual state boards. The standard path involves an accredited degree, typically a Master of Architecture, completion of the Architectural Experience Program, and passing the Architecture Registration Examination. Foreign architects must have their credentials evaluated, often through the National Council of Architectural Registration Boards. European Union Directive 2005 establishes mutual recognition of professional qualifications, facilitating mobility. However, registration with the national or regional body is required. Germany. Mandatory registration with a proficient chamber. In France, registration with the National Council of the Order of Architects is required. In Italy, requires a degree and passing a state exam. United Kingdom. The title architect is legally protected. Registration with the Architects Registration Board is mandatory, achieved through prescribed qualifications, often RIBA part validated, and practical experience. Australia. Registration is managed by state and territory boards. Requirements include an accredited master's degree, at least 2 years of experience, and passing the architectural practice examination. Canada. Provincial associations require a professional degree certified by the company, completion of the intern architect program, and passing the examination of architects in Canada. India. The Council of Architecture regulates the profession. Registration requires a 5-year bachelor or architecture degree from a recognized institution. Employment rates after architectural education. While global statistics are scarce, specific data from reputable institutions indicates strong employability for architecture graduates, high employment rates. Data from Politecnico of Milan, one of the world's leading architecture schools, shows that 96% of Italian master's graduates in architecture are employed 1 year after graduation. This figure rises to 98% 5 years post-graduation. Importantly, 90% of these graduates have a job consistent with their degree. US context and profession size. In the United States, the architecture profession is relatively small. Estimates suggest that there are approximately 130,000 licensed architects nationwide. Compared to fields like law or medicine, the number of annual architecture graduates is lower, around 6,000 in 2019, indicating a selective pipeline from education to licensed practice. This selectively, combined with the mandatory internship period, means not every graduate immediately becomes a practical architect, but many work in adjacent roles in the architecture, engineering, and construction. Conclusion. The global landscape for architects is one of the contrast and opportunity. While the path to becoming a licensed professional is long, rigorous, and varies by jurisdiction, it can lead to functionally rewarding careers in countries with strong economies and construction sectors. Prospective students have a wide range of educational investment options, from low-cost public universities in Europe to elite private institutions. The profession remains selective, but graduates from respected programs demonstrate very high employment rates in field-related jobs, underlying the continued value of the complex and creative discipline. I hope this detailed analysis provides a clear global perspective.